George Heldin. I'm chief of staff of a company called Veon. So for you to understand, we are a telecom company operating in 9 countries around the world. We serve around 220 million customers. So if we would be a country, we would be the 5th biggest country in the world. So let me start with something very interesting. I'm sure you notice I'm wearing jeans and t-shirt. And it's no disrespect. It's actually a sign of how contemporary organizations are moving. 10 years ago, to build a corporate career, you need to come either from finance or from legal. Maybe 10 years ago, from marketing. Nowadays, it is mathematicians. When I was a young kid and I was working on my thesis on applied mathematics, I never thought that actually being a mathematician is a clear path for the corporate career. Being data scientists, this is exactly where we all are going. And in the next 20 minutes, I'll show you a couple of real examples how applied mathematics, data science, artificial intelligence are actually changing the world around us, how we are changing engagement between the people, and how the businesses are fully transformed through those services. And it's going to be not a theory, it's going to be all real examples from different countries where we operate and where we touch in lives of millions of people. So again, no disrespect for jeans and t-shirt. Actually, I don't own a suit and a tie. So the real life owned a contemporary, big contemporary organization. In the beginning of the century, Steven Spielberg, in his movie Minority Report, showcased the future. If you remember the scene where Tom Cruise is running through the city and city is advising him where to turn right, left, and center. Actually, this is the city without informational pollution. We are bombarded every time of the day with the millions of communications, which majority of them are absolutely irrelevant to us. We're getting communication from Google, Facebook, but it's not communication to us, it's general communication. We call it spray and pray. Lots of things are coming, nobody's related to this stuff. What's happened during pandemic, we're all starting to work with the data. Not only collect the data, but actually work with the data to really streamline this business processes and communication between people, machines, environments, businesses, friends, and social surroundings. And this actually expedited it. And if you think about Steven Spielberg's movie, this future with Tom Cruise is around 2054. Right now, we are 30 years ahead of this time, but majority of the things were visionary. One of the biggest visionary of this century, Steven Spielberg, was showcasing actually already a reality. With artificial intelligence, data analytics, machine learning, we're actually seeing all these things in reality. So, who we are and what we are doing. Can I ask you to change the slides? Yeah, again, because this machine doesn't work. Okay, perfect. So we're a big company. As I mentioned, 220 million customers. Last year, EBITDA revenue was around $8 billion. So very nice, solid business, which is growing substantially, and we operate in many majority of emerging markets similar to Azerbaijan. So it's very relevant, and we operate with lots of brands which you are familiar with. So next time you're in Georgia or next time you're in Moscow, Beeline is one of those brands you see every day. You go into Ukraine, Kyiv is Kyivstar is a market leader. So this is where we are. But why telco operator is starting to play such an important role in this digital transformation? One thing which I'm sure you noticed, even from the beginning of my speech, a minute and a half ago, each of you, no exceptions, and I was been watching very carefully, open your telephone at least once. Actually, human, during the course of the day, and last year, opened his mobile telephone on average 123 times a day. So 123 times a day, you open your telephone and you're making some transactions. What we as telco operators are doing, we're collecting this data. We carefully collect it, store it in all of our facilities. And based on this one, we process this data. Just for you to understand how much data about each of you is stored, in Beeline, Russia alone, we stored around 17 petabytes of data. Across entire Veon group, we store around 90 petabytes of data. Okay, this petabyte, it's a big number, but let me explain to you in the human language what it is, petabyte of data. So you saw this on the boulevard, nice ladies taking their selfies, yeah? So they're taking the selfie, it's a nice 3.5 megabytes piece of data. If you print 3x8 photos, like on the small piece of paper, and put each of them one to another, 1 petabyte of data, it's 4.2 times around the world. This is 1 petabyte of data of those photographs. In Russia, we have 15 of those petabytes. Actually, National Library of United States is actually a quarter of petabyte of data if you scan all the books. So amount of data which we as a telecom operator collect is just phenomenal. And thanks a lot. Please don't stop. Open your telephones because exactly as what we own, your local operator here, we all store this data and it's great because we're using this data for positive things, for changing, to show this stuff to you as a proper, efficient opportunity. Another thing which is great about telecom operators, we store this data in country. So all of us, we're running millions of those huge data centers. We call it class 3, class 4 data center where the data is stored and managed. We have access to phenomenal quantity of data scientists and data analysts. Those are smart guys with the glasses who sit there in front of their computers and playing with this. And one of the comments which came from the panelists today is how to deal with those people. And actually, it is absolutely different approach how to communicate to them because you cannot motivate them with a higher salary. What motivates them is access to the data. What motivates them when we onboard data scientists, we bring them to our data center and you open the doors of all of those servers and they see those blinking lights. So if the guy is having almost, I apologize, ladies, but I cannot find, I'm a mathematician, cannot find a better word for this, but if he has almost sexual excitement by seeing all of this amount of data, he's one of our guys. And this is what actually drives proper data scientists to make the change and make the difference. My data scientists jokingly saying that they can predict when the girl gonna dump the boyfriend 3 days before she actually gonna do this. And in reality, with the proper mathematical models, it's all possible. This is exactly what it is. Because at a certain point of time, the lady is starting to listen to different music. She is traveling on the bus instead of taxi. She spends the night at home. She is watching different movies, buys different lipsticks. After this, it's all mathematical models, which based on mathematical models, we can predict all of those analysis. And what's important, it's not just doing for fun, but actually making life better for millions of people. And now we'll show you a couple of examples how it is done.
Augmented intelligence by Veon opens up a world of new opportunities for your business. Geoanalytics find the best locations and guide visitors through events. Our financial products target individuals not only on affordability, but also on true customer need. Our video analytics help measure the performance of your salespeople, monitor factory safety, control the movement of passengers on public transport, and even help locate lost people. Our machine learning-enabled recommendation engine offers the best in entertainment and leisure, tailored to individual tastes. Audio analytics boost the performance of call centers, frontline sales personnel, and chatbots. Our pattern matching algorithms help to accelerate medical diagnosis. AdTech products showcase specially selected products to the right people at the right moment. Augmented intelligence by Veon. Together we're building a smarter world.
This nice glass building is one of the data centers actually outside of Yaroslavl, one of the cities very close to Moscow. Considered to be the most beautiful building in Yaroslavl, not because it has like this phenomenal data capabilities, but actually the size of it is 4 football fields. So you can see it from the top and the logotype of Beeline actually shown on the top. I'm gonna share with you one of the examples how we are applying those big data mathematical models to to bring financial services to mass of the customers. And this is a service which is live, and right now it's offered in partnership with Alfa Bank, the biggest commercial bank in Russia, and now in Kazakhstan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan. So the key things there in the bringing financial services, it's all about proper targeting, proper communication, and proper scoring. And everything which was built between us and the bank is actually done specifically on those activities. I'm not going to talk about agile methodologies. I'm not going to talk about leadership, but probably what's most important here, I'm going to spend time specifically on big data analytics, bringing in mathematical models, which actually brings the financial services to millions of people. I'll just give you two numbers before we're going to go in the details. Every second between Beeline and Alfa Bank, every second, we process 93,000 transactions, data exchange transactions, to know about the individual, to really understand what his needs, and I will show you a couple of mathematical models which are behind this. Every minute, we issue 4 credit cards in Russia. 4 credit cards in Russia per minute. Even for the country like Russia, it's a huge amount. It's a size of a medium-sized bank in the huge country the way it is. And all of it
Every
is
minute,
built.
Beeline and Alfa Bank issue 4 co-branded, highly personalized financial products, from microcredit to payment cards. By combining big data with advanced mathematical models, we're working together to deliver the financial products people want and need. Mobile ID technology ensures a seamless customer experience. Personalized digital communication ensures that product offers are delivered in the right format to the right device at the right moment. Beeline and Alfa Bank. Why wait to make your loved ones happy?
Part, because you obviously have credit card, debit card, personal loan, microfinance, all of this stuff. But what's really exciting, it's last month alone, we did 183 million data exchange transactions between us and the bank. And those data exchange transactions enrich information on both sides. It takes 15 minutes to get a credit card from the credit card, not debit card, credit card from the moment somebody applied and this moment he has a physical card delivered. It takes around 20 seconds to complete the credit card application, and right now it's more cards sold through online channels than through physical. It's already reality of life. But to do this, there are 3 tricks, and for the purpose of this gathering, I'll show you all of those 3 tricks. And the tricks are all about mathematics. So one is what we called affinity model. So what we looked at everybody in the country, and we built a credit scoring model on them. And the credit scoring model looks at lots of different parameters of their employment, of their payroll, of their salary, of friends, who is making transfers, whom they're talking with, and telecom operator. We have all this stuff. One of the things which bankers really enjoyed is, you know, when you're applying for credit card, people are asking you, do you work or not? So lots of people claim that they do. In reality, they don't. And the bank is making phone call to somebody to validate. In reality, in the contemporary world, we don't need it, because if somebody works, he goes to some place at 9 o'clock in the morning, and he leaves at 6 o'clock. So we as a telco, we know one. This is a standard stuff which is done by lots of telecom operator, and quality of credit scoring is way more than what you have on Equifax or any other scoring agency. But this is one part. Sure, we know whom to give the credit, but the next one is probably the most interesting. Can I have the next slide? We're talking about propensity to purchase, and this is a paradox thing. Here in this room, I'm sure almost all of you are the people whom banks would love to give a credit. The challenge is, probably none of you would like to take this credit. So, and this is a paradox. So you have people whom bank would like to take a credit, and you have people who don't need this credit. So that's why you get in tons of communication from the banks, insurance company offering you products, but actually doesn't gel together. And to do this, what we have done is, we looked at one side, and all customers, and we put them in 10 buckets based on how much credit scoring they have. We look at the propensity models. It's the times when the people are actually willing to take the credit. And we look at another element, which is probably the most interesting, when to take the credit. Because even if you want to take the credit, you need to have a purchasing decision to make in a certain point of time. And it's a certain moments when people would like to take credit. The people take it when they had a car incident, but they didn't have a car insurance, or they have a new child, or they're starting the renovation of their apartment. And when you combine in all of this, you have 3D model, which actually enables you to contact the right person in the right time to deliver the right proposition on the right device. And this, actually, the world which Steven Spielberg was showcasing, properly targeting the right people, the world without informational pollution, the world where we don't do spray and pray anymore. It's all targeted, it's all properly communicated to each individual. You have a different message which delivered to him. And that's why two major organizations with a proper data scientists, proper mathematicians, are able to outperform all of the other financial institutions in the country, providing 4 credit instruments to the individual in one moment of time. And of course, this has a good business impact, but it also has a huge social economic impact, because you're providing financial instruments to the right moment, to the right person. And I'll give you a short video. It's a 2-minute video, but it actually showcases the entire process, how people are getting financial instruments and how it really impacts life to the better.
Hey, sweetie.
How are you?
So-so.
Are you coming?
I can't work it out. But
Have you forgotten about tomorrow?
how could I forget?
Are you gonna give me my helicopter?
Get the heliport ready, Captain.
Yay! Bye, Dad.
Dispatcher.
Requesting permission to land.
Mikey Force 1.
This is air traffic control speaking. Permission granted. I repeat, permission granted.
Thanks to Beeline technology, you can get approved and receive your loan in under 10 minutes using just your smartphone. Alpha Bank and Beeline. Don't wait to make your loved ones happy.
So with proper mathematical models, building the world without informational pollution, we're making lives better for millions of people. And the secret behind this is a proper mathematical models, proper artificial intelligence, proper scoring, proper understanding of the customers. So those geeks in the funny glasses who cannot talk to you, those are actually the guys who build in the future for all of us. They build in the future without informational pollution, building the world which is rotating around us. And pandemic actually helped us a lot because it's substantially expedited this growth. So please continue using your mobile phones. We're going to collect your data, and based on this one, we'll continue as an industry making life better for all of us. Thank you. And now as a moderator, I'd like to invite the next speaker. Please, sir.